A viral claim is spreading across social media that Katt Williams dropped a video alleging Diddy tried to poison Nicki Minaj. And after digging through news outlets, legal documents, and verified sources, I need to tell you something right up front. This poisoning allegation doesn't exist. There's no video from Katt Williams making this claim, and there's no evidence that Diddy attempted to poison Nicki Minaj. What we've got instead is a story about predictions that came true, misinformation that spreads faster than facts, and how easily false claims go viral when people want to believe the worst about celebrities.
January 3rd, 2024 is where this whole thing begins, when Katt sat down with Shannon Sharpe on the Club Shay Shay podcast and dropped some predictions that would look prophetic by year's end. His exact words were, "All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. And Diddy's name came up specifically in that conversation. Williams claimed he'd turned down invitations to Diddy's parties multiple times, putting it this way: P. Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no. You gotta tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. He went even further, saying he'd refused $50 million 4 times just to keep his integrity intact, which is the kind of claim that sounds wild until you remember Katt's entire career has been built on walking away from opportunities that felt wrong to him. That interview happened a full 8 months before Diddy's arrest, and when the arrest finally came on September 16, 2024, social media exploded with people pointing back to what Katt had called. The man had seen it coming, but nowhere in that interview, not in any follow-up statement, not in any verified source anywhere, did he mention poisoning or connect Nicki Minaj to Diddy's alleged crimes.
The September arrest changed everything for Diddy, and Katt Williams wasn't about to stay quiet. He posted an AI-generated video suggesting Diddy would snitch on everybody, which became its own viral moment. And during his stand-up shows that followed, he turned the details of Diddy's case into comedy material that had audiences losing it. The 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant found at Diddy's Miami and Los Angeles homes during the March 2024 raids became a punchline, with Katt joking about how drugs were supposedly mixed into that baby oil at parties. His bit went, "They put the drugs in the baby oil. You thinking you getting a massage? Bitch, you can't even get up." These jokes landed because they were riffing on details already reported in the news about Diddy's case, not because Katt was dropping new allegations about poisoning specific people. Let's get clear on what Diddy is facing in court right now, because the real charges are serious enough without adding fiction to them. September 16, 2024 brought his arrest on charges of racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. And he's been locked up at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn ever since. Bail got denied twice, which tells you how seriously the courts are taking this case. His recent sentencing brought 50 months and a $500,000 fine, though he's filed a notice of appeal that's still working its way through the system. The allegations paint a picture of someone who used GHB, the date rape drug, and organized what prosecutors call freak-offs that allegedly involved a pattern of abuse stretching back years. Those are the facts that came out in court documents and official filings, and poisoning Nicki Minaj appears nowhere in that mountain of evidence. Nicki Minaj's relationship with Diddy goes back years, but never amounted to much beyond casual industry connections, which makes this poisoning claim even more bizarre when you look at what actually happened between them. Diddy told MTV back in 2010 that he worked with Nicki in an unofficial capacity, but wasn't her manager. And the most substantial documented interaction was her attendance at a 2014 party in Las Vegas where Diddy showed up. That's it. That's the whole professional relationship we can verify. September 2024 brought Nicki into the conversation differently when she posted on social media questioning Jay-Z about what he knew regarding the Diddy allegations. Her posts asked directly, "We want to know if you were present during abuse of teenagers and children." And she lumped Diddy, Jay-Z, and others together as a rat pack that needed to answer for what they'd seen or done. Those posts show she was speaking up about the case publicly, but nothing in them suggests she was a victim herself, and the word poisoning never appears. Katt and Nicki did have a public moment together in early 2024, but it was about touring, not trauma. Between February and March 2024, Nicki invited Katt to join her Pink Friday 2 World Tour, which would have been a massive pairing of two of the most unpredictable personalities in entertainment. March 3, 2024 brought Katt's response during a show in Charlotte, where he joked about the whole thing by saying, "Nicki Minaj said she wanted me on her tour, and she told so many people, 1 million people hit my phone at the same time. It scared me and Jesus." The audience ate it up because it was classic Katt, turning a simple business opportunity into a bit about being overwhelmed by Nicki's reach and influence. That interaction happened months before Diddy's arrest and had zero connection to any allegations, poisoning or otherwise. So we've got Katt's predictions about Diddy that came true, we've got Diddy's real criminal case, we've got Nicki commenting on the scandal, and somehow all of that got twisted into a claim about Katt dropping a poisoning video. The path from facts to fiction runs straight through social media algorithms that reward sensational claims over boring truth. Search for this poisoning claim, and you'll find TikTok videos with explosive titles, thumbnail images designed to make you click, and comment sections full of people who never watched past the first 10 seconds. The videos themselves contain nothing. No actual footage of Katt making these claims, no evidence, no sources, just someone talking over stock footage while making allegations they can't back up. Grazia UK actually published an article addressing this exact pattern of false claims around the Diddy case, noting specifically that, despite a viral YouTube video claiming that Katt Williams testified in court during Diddy's trial, this is not true. Their disclaimer spelled it out clearly. This content is fictional and intended for entertainment purposes only, which is industry speak for, "We made this up and you fell for it." CNN hasn't touched this poisoning story, the BBC hasn't mentioned it, Reuters has nothing, the Associated Press has nothing, and every major entertainment publication that covers celebrity scandals has ignored it completely. The reason is simple. There's no story to report, no lawsuit mentioning poisoning, no police report, no official statement from anyone involved, and no credible source willing to attach their name to the claim.
This fake claim sits inside a larger problem we're seeing play out across Diddy's entire case, where legitimate allegations get mixed with fabricated stories until people can't tell what's real anymore. The charges against Diddy are severe enough that they don't need embellishment. But when false claims go viral alongside true ones, it makes everything harder to parse and can actually undermine the credibility of real victims who gather the courage to come forward. The entertainment industry is living through a reckoning right now, with conversations about accountability, abuse of power, and protecting vulnerable people finally happening out loud instead of in whispers. Katt Williams' January 2024 prediction about deviants catching hell looked like typical comedian exaggeration until September proved him right. And that should tell us something about how many people in the industry knew what was coming. Adding poisoning allegations that never happened doesn't serve justice or victims. It serves people chasing views and clicks who don't care about truth.
The claim that Katt Williams dropped a video alleging Diddy tried to poison Nicki Minaj is fabricated. It doesn't exist, and no amount of searching will turn up legitimate evidence because there is none. What does exist is Katt's verified prediction about Diddy facing consequences, made 8 months before the arrest that proved him right. What exists is Diddy's criminal case with charges serious enough to keep him locked up without bail. What exists is a pattern of AI-generated content and clickbait designed to exploit our appetite for celebrity scandals by mixing just enough truth with complete fiction. This serves as a reminder that viral content and truth have stopped being the same thing, if they ever were. Millions of views don't make something real. An explosive headline doesn't mean there's substance behind it. And before you share something that confirms what you already suspected about a celebrity, before you let it shape how you see events, you need to verify it through sources that have something to lose by lying to you. The real stories here are compelling enough without the poisoning fiction layered on top. Katt Williams saw Diddy's downfall coming and said so on record. Diddy is facing criminal charges that could put him away for decades, and Nicki Minaj used her platform to question other industry figures about what they knew and when they knew it. These facts tell us something about power, accountability, and the cost of speaking truth in an industry that's protected predators for generations.